Today we have with us as Dr. Vasudha Rateria. She has got rank 3725 in the NEET PG 2024, and she is here to give her wisdom and give what she has faced during her journey. And Vasudha, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. So myself, Vasudha Rateria. I'm from BCGMC Pune. First of all, I would like to thank you for having me over here. I got a rank of 3,725 this year, and honestly, I feel it's a good rank, but it's not a great rank. And here, it has been quite a journey with the preponements, postponements. So, if with my experience, like somebody gets to learn something, that would be great.
So, what was your which college did you study from?
I am from BJGMC, Sassoon Hospital, Pune.
Okay, so you got it
Yeah.
through All India Counseling.
Yes, I got it through All India Counseling in the second round, as far as I remember.
Okay, so how was like teachers like, and how was the educational environment in your institute?
So the my UG institute was academically very good. The faculty, seniors, colleagues, all of them have always like created an environment where you will feel pushed to, study better, to learn better. And for an exam like NEET PG, it is very important to have that base. Like here, I would like to take a tangent. There has been constantly this question over the year that I've seen, that is BTR enough? Is BTR enough? So my straight opinion on this thing is that BTR is enough if you have a strong base. So if there is anyone who is listening to this and is studying in his first prof, second prof, or third prof, or whatever, I would seriously suggest them that please spare the BTR thing for the last 6 months of your NEET PG preparation. During your professional years, you should stick to your base, to your standard textbooks, because only that is something that you mean, like, if you want to ace an exam like NEET PG currently in this country, then you have to read all of those things. You have to attend your clinical postings.
Okay, so my your message is that for professional examination, yeah, if you are right now in any of the professional, you should focus on building
Yes.
concepts, and those can be only be
Yes.
made from your textbooks
Yes, standard textbooks.
and the text. Okay, so
Yes.
what when did you started your preparation seriously for this NEET PG?
In my last attempt, where I had scored a rank of 19,000, so that was my internship attempt. And I remember I had studied for the last 3 to 4 months in that attempt. And this year, though, I was studying only throughout. Like, I finished my internship in the month of August 2023. And then I started studying. I appeared for November INICT, then May INICT, and then the NEET PG in August. So in the meanwhile, I was like at least 4 to 5 hours per day. I have given it all.
So what were the mistakes you think you did in your last year preparation, and what you corrected in this year?
Last year preparation mistakes, as in there were not much mistakes. It was just that I was underprepared. I had not too much time. Internship was a bit too hectic. If I had maybe studied a bit more in my final year or in the beginning of my internship itself, maybe I could have made a better attempt in the last year exam itself. But it's not like you know, it's a mistake to get a
Okay,
good rank in the second attempt and not in the first attempt.
okay. You said that you studied in a group study or you studied individually.
Yes, yes. I am a big time supporter of a group study, and I think every medico would relate to it. Only there are a few people that I've seen that who love to study by their own. But I love to study in groups. I had 2 to 3 study partners, and I think it was the one thing that has helped me the most because there's a saying that teaching is the best way of learning. So me and my study partners, we used to whatever we used to study, we used to teach each other, we used to discuss a lot, and that made me, sail through this boat, I would say.
So ranks of other who were in the group, their rank also improved.
Yeah, they've also got good ranks.
So it was great. It was a win-win for everybody.
Yes.
Okay, so which shift was your exam?
Sorry?
Which shift was your exam? Morning or evening
Mine
shift?
was mine was a second shift and it was a nightmare. I still remember I cried after I came home because the questions were totally out of what we were studying for the last 6 months. It was not like they were out of syllabus, but what we go through are mostly PYQs, PYTs, like previous year topics and previous year questions. And the questions that came in were grossly clinical scenarios, like as if you are standing in the hospital, this is a surgery done. What was a surgery done? This is a there was this question ki, this is a lesion, you have to take a biopsy. Where do you want to take the biopsy from? So all these kinds of questions kind of made me lose my calm. But then I somehow gathered myself and I attempted the exam. Only I know how I have faced those 3.5 hours. But that again proves the point that you need to have a strong base, that you need to attend your clinical postings and you have to do your internship also very well to be able to do good in these exams.
So how much questions you attempted and how many were correct and incorrect?
Okay, so I attempted 187 questions, and out of them, I got, I think, just yesterday the scorecard was released. So I got 157 correct and 30 wrong. So I would like to take a point over here. There has been this funda of taking intelligent guesses. Even Zainab ma'am has been teaching this, and all the faculties, in fact, they keep telling us ki when a question is put in front of you, you see the four options. If you can rule out two options, you should go for, you can take a chance and you can mark the take a 50-50 chance at attempting the question. Secondly, we have also like people do tell us ki if suppose there's a topic which has been constantly asked, for example, say if there's a familial hypercholesterolemia, in like these topics are something which are constantly asked. So if you see a question and you don't know ki what the answer is, you may go for the topic which has been constantly asked because most likely that has to be the answer, right? So these are some of the tactics that the faculties keep teaching us ki you can do this and take intelligent guesses. But from my experience, what I would say is ki people have confused this funda of taking intelligent guesses because there are a bunch of questions which are straight factual. They have got no, nowhere, nobody knows them. And people tend to confuse it here, and they attempt, and go and attempt those questions and end up getting negative marks. I myself have done that mistake a lot of times in November INICT, remember, and even in this exam, I took guesses on those questions, and that reduced my accuracy because I know people who have attempted only about 175 questions and they've got ranks better than me. So, the student should like take a point and just realize कि क्या questions attempt करने होते हैं और कौन से questions skip करने होते हैं. So that I think would come with giving more and more GTs and practicing more and more tests because it is about accuracy also that would define your rank in such a big competition in such a big cluster.
Okay. So how was your student life like in were you a topper or a mediocre student? How was your professionals and all?
I would, rank myself somewhere between average and topper. Like I was not topper, but I was not average also. I used to study. I was sincere. I would not deny that. But I have distinctions in quite a few subjects. And yeah, I have taken them seriously and I studied after my second year, not in my first year, but second year onwards I've studied.
Okay, great. So what branch would you be aspiring for right now?
Right now, I am very confused. Most likely, I will be taking a medical branch, maybe it dermatology or pediatrics.
Okay, your message to the juniors who are watching you.
First point that I made very clear twice, that please stick to your basics. Secondly, do not underestimate yourself. If you are getting lower scores in grand test, please do not underestimate yourself, because giving the exam is a whole different thing than this. The NEET PG ka actual exam, that actual paper that came, was very different from what you face in Marrow GTs or whichever GT that you're giving. So don't judge yourself on those GTs. Don't underestimate yourself. Just keep doing, keep studying. Also, I would like to mention this point ki amongst my study partners also there were a lot of people who knew more than me, who had studied more than me, who had better understanding of everything, but somehow they panicked during the exams and they got ranked lesser than me, which I still, like, it is quite unbelievable for me that I could do better than them. So just you know padho, but practice meditation, practice how to keep calm in the difficult situation. And I would say, be happy, be healthy, stay in touch with your friends, parents, and everyone. Just don't, seclude yourself and sit in a room and just study, study, study. That is not going to help, because this is a, sprint. Hai ye. You have to keep running, running, running. It's not a 100-meter race. So, yeah.
Yes. Okay, we forgot the most important part. Like, what were the sources of your study? In which subject you followed what?
Yeah, so to that, I would like to tell you. See, for some subjects, I did DAMS. For example, for pathology, anesthesia. For most of the, like, for some other subjects like ENT, Opthan, PSM, I did from Marrow. Pharmacology, I studied from Goga sir. Gynae, I studied from Sakshi ma'am. So these sources were there, but what I did different was, for some period of time I was preparing for USMLE. Although I did not appear for the exam, but for a good 3 to 4 months after my third year and before beginning of final year, I was preparing for USMLE. So at that time, I went through the question bank, the UWorld question bank, which is easily available on Telegram for the basic subjects like physiology, pathology, biochemistry, and that made my core stronger. So uh, I think those 2 to 3 months of you know studies that I did on my core, like,
On your core subject,
entirely
you
on
found
the
them.
foundation. So that helped me a lot. That helped me build foundation. So if there's somebody listening to this has time, please go to Telegram. You will find UWorld K PDFs, and you can go through them if you have time. And please, like, do your basics and then proceed forward.
So, you give Marrow GTs regularly.
Yeah, I have given about 20 GTs, I would say, in this year.
So, how was your score for your baseline GT? I mean, for this year and
Yeah.
progressed afterwards.
Yeah, so the first GT that I gave, I remember in this year, in this leap of preparation after the NEET PG 2023, the first GT that I gave, I remember scoring somewhere around 125, correct? And by the end of my preparation, I could go to 155, correct?
Great, great. So improved a lot. So were there
Yeah, like,
phases yeah, were there phases in between where your scores dropped or you were confused what is happening or something like that?
yeah, it happened a lot of times. Like, there's not one or once or twice that it has happened, because this year the competition was immense, especially after the postponement. The 2018 batch got a big edge over the 2017 batch, and it was immense. The clustering was huge around a particular score. So we were all very scared and nervous, especially जो drop लिए हुए थे कि they had to get good ranks. So the competition was immense. It was difficult to keep up. But then again, my study partners were there. So we used to, have this support group for each other. Ki, no, we can do this. We can do this. Okay, we just have to keep going. So that helped me.
Great, great. So anything you would like to add from your part that I might have missed?
Um, Not really. I think we have covered. But yeah, again, I would like to stress upon key you have to give it all. Like you cannot be, taking it
Compliment.
lightly or, you just have to think about it every day, manifest it, and love that you are sitting studying, and you cannot be getting frustrated कि अरे यार क्या करना पड़ रहा है रोज सुबह पढ़ना पड़ रहा है. No, you have to have that feeling of love towards the subject, love towards your profession, and especially for your weak subjects. Like I used to do this. I don't know if it might work for people, but my radiology was very weak. I used to get very, least scores in radiology and surgery. So every day I used to wake up and I used to tell myself, ki, oh, I love surgery, oh, I love radiology, and I used to keep manifesting it. Ki, this subject is very strong. This subject is very good, and this and that. And I used to study. I used to just like take it. I used to sit and I used to study. So that kind of helps. But then again, the paper was full of radiology questions. So
Great, great.
that was a bit of a bad luck for me. But okay.
Okay, all well that ends well. And something like
Yes.
all is well, all is well.
Yes, that is what I kept saying.
Great, great. It was really nice having you on my channel. And my
Mhm.
best wishes for your
Pleasure is
future,
mine.
and may you prosper and grow multibound.
Yeah, thank you
So,
again for having me here.
uh,
And the viewers who are watching this video, if you have any queries, you can text me. Maybe like I would be very happy to help.
yeah, you can always text me in the comment section, and she will respond to that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it was really great having you.
Thank you.